Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. It is Saturday. What's a video like this doing up on a Saturday? Well, the answer is very, very simple. For the last couple of days, we've been teasing a big announcement to do with the Netrix, and I thought the best way to let everyone know what that announcement is by actually doing a video on Magic TV, because I think pretty much every single Netrix member is somebody who's also subscribed to the Magic TV. And I'm not here on my own. I am here with somebody I've got an absolute metric ton of respect for. Now, this gentleman that I'm going to introduce, Chris James, you guys will know him. He has been making waves in the Magic community over the last couple of years. I know he's on the verge of blowing up. He's got tricks coming out with about 4 or 5 different companies, as well as being pretty much acknowledged in the industry as one of the most creative people on Instagram, putting up videos that are just completely different to what anyone else has seen. As well as that, Chris has been a gold member of the Netrix from day one. I think he was one of the very first people to subscribe to the Netrix. So he knows the platform inside out and back to front. And so he's been a big driving force behind this announcement that I'm going to make now. So I didn't want to make the announcement on my own. I wanted to do it with Chris, talk to him about how all this came about, and then tell you guys what the announcement is, what it means for people who are Netrix members right now, and for people who are going to be signing up to the Netrix in the future. But first of all, let's get him on camera. It is the one and only, the legend himself, Mr. Chris James. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, great, man. Thanks for the intro, as always.
You rock. You rock. I've told you rock. And you know what? The whole reason that we're here is because of you. What we're about to talk about in a minute, and I want you to take the lead on it. You were the person that came to me with this, and you were the person that said, hey, this is something that you need to do. And I'm like, it took a bit of convincing, to be perfectly honest, and we'll get into that in a bit. But it took a bit of convincing, and you convinced me. And it's difficult to convince me a lot of the time, but you convinced me. And then I said, I don't think I've got the time to do this. And that's the thing. I get really busy, and I don't like to take something on if I don't think I can deliver 100%. I don't want to half-arse it. I want to do it or not do it. And I turned around to you and I said, hey, I love the idea. You've convinced me. I don't think I'm going to be the right person to be able to pull this off. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. And you said, hey, well, let's do something. And, we're going to talk about what's happened moving forward, but you are becoming basically the person in charge of this aspect of the Netrix that we're going to be talking about in a bit, which is just amazing. I can't wait to work with you. But first of all, before we tell everyone what it is, like I said, you've been with the Netrix since day one. You know the platform inside out and back to front, don't you?
Yeah. I think I was the first person to sign up, you said. Like the first, when it went live, I was like that.
You were. It was like, boom, Chris James. Wow. Okay. which was cool.
I love the Netrix. The whole thing of it being like, I mean, who doesn't like Netflix? And then who doesn't like Magic? It's the Netflix of Magic. It's a streaming thing. I think you can even download the things now. You have it set up that way. I mean, and there's so much. I don't think people realize how much is on the Netrix that aren't a part of the Netrix. I mean, how many times have you heard that there's so much, like people are always saying how much stuff is on the Netrix. There is a lot of stuff on the Netrix. You want a sleight, you learn a sleight. You want a card to box, you cut a card to box. It's insane.
Jack told me just today, I was filming some stuff for the Netrix, and Jack told me that there's about 700 or 800 different routines on there now.
Wow. Yeah.
Various different creators, about 700 or 800 routines, and grouping everything. And that doesn't even count what you have as a silver level person when you've got access to the archives of every masterclass, every VMC. You want to go check out the Kyle Purnell lecture from last week? go ahead, it's on there. You want to check out the David Jonathan lecture from 2 months ago, it's on there. You want to check out the Nicholas Mavrefis lecture, it's on there. You want to check out the VMC from a year ago when Nemid was giving advice on how to actually, you know, perform and how to actually go out there and do Thinker Card and stuff like that. It's on there. Everything is on there from the day that we started. The archives are all there. You know, there's a ton of stuff on the Netrix. You could literally just sit there working your way through material and never be able to watch it all.
Yeah, no. And my favorite thing of the Netrix, I think, as even someone who starting off or someone who's a pro, is the slight section. I mean, you go over everything. I think that's the best thing because, man, when you need to learn a slight and it's just there for you and it's to the point, you know, you show different variations of it if you want to, and it's all organized. There's coin slides, card slides. And then I think my favorite thing of the Netrix, though, is watching members ask you for something and then a few days or a week and you have it up there. That's my favorite thing.
Well, it's changed a lot over the last year since it launched. And the reason is people give us feedback and they say, hey, we wanted to do that. Okay, we'll do that. We want to do that. Okay, we'll do that. We want to do this. Okay, we'll do this. We're constantly updating it. We're constantly changing it. And one of the advantages of me having my own team and having people like Michael and Jack and Kay and Liz is that we aren't just a one-man band that's trying to just run this. We're a team of people. So if somebody says, this needs implementing, we're going to make it happen. Yeah. And that brings us on to you, because you told me that there was something that the Netrix was missing. Do you want to tell everyone what you told me that it was missing and why it's missing it? And then we'll talk about exactly what it means for people moving forward.
So, okay. So I came to Craig with, let me explain this first. When we do the silver sessions in the Netrix, we get in there and sometimes there's 8 of us, sometimes there's 15. A lot of people watch it after because there's different times. They're good about making them different times so different time zones can be in there and be part of it. But a lot of people probably watch them afterwards. And that group of people, though, we really are like a community, like we joke with each other, laugh with each other and all that. But then you have 800 other or 1,000 other members that aren't in there, right? That maybe are bronze level, or maybe they don't have time to go to that. And it's not because they're not there or don't want it. I talked to some of them. It's because they might miss that. So what about doing it 24/7, right? We can do it 24/7 and have a badass community that you can, I don't care if it's 1 a.m. You have a question, there's going to be somebody up. There's going to be someone up to answer. Can I say what it is yet? Or are you on to say?
No, I think you can. I think we can announce exactly what this is.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to do the baddest Discord server that you've ever seen in Magic. That's a promise. That's my promise, not Craig's. Don't get mad at Craig if it's something, but that's my promise. So there's a lot of Discord servers out there that will start off with a bang and then they kind of go downhill. People get
go. And that was the thing that I said to you. I said, Chris, I considered a Discord server at the beginning, but almost every single Discord server I've seen, when it launches, everybody's super excited and there's like lots of engagement, but literally within a month or two, it peters off and it becomes a wasteland.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I didn't want to put my time and effort into something that I perceived might not work. And I think, and I said to you, a Discord server probably would work, but it would need somebody driving it forward that has the time and the ability to drive it forward. You know, and I'm not an expert at Discord. Michael in the office is an expert at Discord from a technical side of things. So I had no problem setting it up from a technical side of things, but I was just like, what's the point in putting something there if it's just going to peter off and no one's going to use it?
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to talk about. And I know the reasons why they peter off. Before I came with this to Craig, I did research. I joined Discords for everything you can imagine, just to see what was keeping the ones up that were like doing good, why ones fell off. I asked questions, I did research, and there's going to be a few things with this Discord. We're not going to have cliques like the 5 guys that are always the ones talking and no one else. It's a community of people. Everybody's an equal. It's a safe place. What stays, we have a saying, the top rule is what happens in the Netrix Discord stays in the Netrix Discord. That way you can feel safe about sharing something. I'll go through what rooms we're going to have, but we'll have Q&As, special guests. Maybe Craig will be at Blackpool and he wants to share something. He'll hop on. You'll get to see maybe a little bit of sneak peek. He does it all the time in the VMCs. You can ask anyone, like something he's working on. So it's going to be like that, but all the time. And I just know that there's an awesome community there in the Netrix, and because I'm friends with a lot of them. But there's no place for us to congregate, and that's what it's going to be. And Discord, if you don't know what Discord is, it's like the it's like, think of it as like, if you're like old school, like a forum back in the day with like a chat and all that. It's kind of like that, but a new version of that. So it's a place where you can ask questions, post videos, share things. I can get into like what rooms there's going to be and all that too. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
So we're going to do.
I know you put a lot of thought. You and Michael, not necessarily me, but you and Michael have been literally working around the clock on this, changing things and adding things, and I've just been sitting back watching it, going. Yeah,
I get it. So first thing off is when you join a Discord and you haven't ever joined one before, it's overwhelming. People see it and there's a list this long of just everything categorized. And it's good because it separates things, but we're not doing that unless you guys want us to do that. If that's something, that's what this Discord is going to be. And with talking to him about it, when he was putting the thing, helping me with it, he was saying, Michael, not Jack, Michael, because I was getting Michael and Jack confused.
I can understand why it can happen.
But Michael was going on about things I won't talk about now because it's things that we could do in the future, but we can let the community in there, like if they want a tab for this, we can do that. It's a button hit and then we can do that. So we want to start it off so you guys can feel like you're building it with us rather than it's something that's already built and you're joining and you're just overwhelmed by all these rooms. So, and I think that's important because also that way things get lost. If there's like magic with coins, magic with gimmick coins, magic with gets lost. It needs to have one area you could talk about all that stuff. And I'm going to do a video, a phone recording to teach how to search for things, how to make it so you can mute channels if you don't care about that channel. We'll go over all that stuff in a different video that if you sign up, you'll get access to that. So I have it here, right? And I just wanted to go over a few things. So if you're a Netrix member, there'll be a little link in here and you just verify yourself. You do your email. I think Michael was saying that he might have to double check, but it's going to be automated soon, if not already. You just do that.
By the time we launch, I know Michael's working on it around the clock at the moment. By the time we launch the Discord, it will be automated. So when somebody, when somebody signs up to the Netrix, or when we open and all of the Netrix users that are there already, that they should automatically be populated over.
Yes, and one thing I want to say is you can use the Netrix on desktop, iPhone, Android, whatever you want. But besides all the rules, and we have like an announcements tab in case there's an announcement, there's a main area and there's a general talk, because like we were talking about it, and general talk it's a magic community. So there doesn't need to be a million different categories with like cards and coins and this and that, because it's general talk is magic. Like we're going to talk about it. So general talk is talk about whatever you want, but I have other things that are going to help. We have Netrix Talk, which is just us talking about things that are on the Netrix. Anything, because there's a lot that goes on there. And when you get in those silver sessions, people usually will start off with, hey, Craig, that thing you posted, can you go over whatever? Well, now they could do that here. But here's something that is great is you don't need to be a silver member to access all this. This is for every member. Do you know what I mean? This is every member is equal here with this. Now, there might be things later down the line, but we haven't decided that. And that's really if the community wants it. So we have something, because Craig's all about creativity. And we all know Craig has his creativity board. I have one now. And it's literally called Creativity Board. And it's where you can post anything that you're working on. And again, it's a safe place. Just if there's a gimmick you're working on or an idea, or maybe it's you're handling on a trick, you can post in there and just go over, and you can get feedback from people that care, and there's going to be no negativity, no like, oh, well, I was watching that and you need to work on it's not going to be like that, because we're not going to tolerate that. You know what I mean? None of that crap. If there'll be warnings if it's like that. It's going to be for chill, relaxed people that want to talk magic. We have, like, maybe you have a product coming out. We have a plug section where you can plug your stuff, because people work hard on their stuff, and maybe they want to share that they launched a new Instagram channel or something. It will be there. Suggestions, the podcast questions, and then, of course, Magic TV. Anytime there's a new video, a post, and then we could talk Magic TV. We could talk about anything, a review, anything like that. But that's all that is. You go to these other ones, and there's 65 different tabs, and I don't want
that. It's very overwhelming. It really is overwhelming.
Yeah. But here's the fun part of this. We have something that I'm calling the castle, but that's just a temporary name. I'm going to let the community figure out what the name for that is. And that's going to be a thing where it can be a special guest. And I'm telling you right now, we have some exciting special guests coming.
Yeah,
and
reading out the list, I'm like, man, that's incredible.
Yeah, and that's not even including the people that you can get on there as well. Yeah, and Craig has friends, and they'll come on there to do this, because it will be fun. We could do a Q&A style session where you can literally have a question ready and get up there next to him on video or not. It's up to you. And ask a question that you've always wanted to ask that person, There's different things like that, but then there's also voice rooms where we can just get on there and talk with our voice about things. But I don't think that's too much fun. I like there's going to be video rooms where we can do I'm going to kind of figure out, again, what the community wants, days that work, to where we get on there and do jams, and it's just us on video, just jamming, having ideas. Anyone can speak about whatever they want to, have some cards, have some coins. You mentioned we could do things with, like, Ryland's the only magician I think who's ever been on as many AGTs as they've been. Like, he's been on BGT, AGT, all that stuff. He can come on and just talk about that process if you might be interested in that process, Yeah, that's like it's great, because there's not too many people that have that experience, Yeah, so those jams are going to be important to keep up with, because that's where you get to see each other's face. If you want, you don't have to. You can have the mic off and everything off and just watch. But when you go into those, I've been in a few of those before, and they're really fun. Gets people out of their shell. A lot of people don't like have people to share this stuff with. So this will create a safe environment for that. And I think that's the most important thing, just to get people talking about their stuff and not being scared about, is it going to be judged or anything like that? Because I'm all about the positive stuff. I don't want any of that. Like I said, we're not even going to tolerate that. It's going to be like a no tolerate thing. Yeah, I just want it to be like that. And that's going to be the most important part, is it's going to be the community and talking and creating. And because when you're a part of that, listen, I helped a guy out last week, and he had never really spoke to anyone about this thing he was working on for like a year. Never showed anyone. We jammed it out, 30-minute jam, and he at the end of the jam he said, that's the most this thing has progressed in over a year. I needed to do this sooner, because sometimes you need that back and forth, and you need that, like, people, you know what I mean? It's important, it's important to show somebody things and do all that. It's not going to be all about creativity. I know people are into other things. Maybe they're want to do a stage show. Well, you know what? You go to Discord and you say, hey man, I'm starting a stage thing. I would love any tips. I will do my job and find somebody who's great at stage, and we'll get them in there and we'll ask questions, and you can ask questions about it. That's what it's going to be like.
And this is where I can come in as well, because I can get so many people to come in and do that.
Yes. And Craig will be there, and you'll be able to ask him questions, and he's busy, but he'll definitely be a part of it. And
I want to be a huge part of it. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, he'll pop his head in and kind of get to do like a give sneak peeks on things.
Well, a big part of what I want to do is the sneak peeks and let people know stuff that's coming out, and also talk about stuff that's happening in the industry. I mean, as well as me, I'm quite privy to a lot of stuff that's happening that people aren't aware of, and I'd love to be able to have a place where I can share an element of that to people and stuff. You know as well as me, a lot of the stuff that you see me coming up with, when I'm first working on it, I'm showing people in the Netrix.
Yeah. It's, how is this? What do you guys think? Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes there's little ideas that make it into the final thing. Like someone will say something, like you get to be a part of it more than you guys think, I think. And that can feel good, right? Like it can feel good to get that. Just having your ideas out there and people appreciating them and all that. And I think that goes a long way for a lot of people. And there's not a lot of places to do that, because let's be honest, a lot of places are full of negativity and the I know it alls, and there's clicks, and we're not doing clicks. We're not doing it,
I hate elitism in magic.
Yeah. So it's going to be, I mean, at least my promise to everyone is I want us to build it together and just build the community up, and we'll figure it out from there and kind of see where it goes. And that's the thing is, I don't want to put anything too in stone with things, because I want to be able to change things and however people want and whatever they think. Just listen to the people, and I think that's important. So we're going to do that. And and you have to be a Netrix member to be in the Netrix Discord, though.
And you know what? Up until this point, people have paid for the Netrix because they want access to the tricks, they want access to the slides, they want access to the VMCs, they want access to the masterclasses, whatever it may be, and that's absolutely fine. And I genuinely stand by my feelings that it's the best $14.99 you'll pay a month to be a bronze member, because there's hundreds of. But having access to the Discord, I really would like to see this blow up. I'd like to be in a situation where people are joining because they just want to be a part of the Discord. And then they realize how awesome the Netrix is as well. So the two elements of this, or the three elements, run hand in hand. You've got the stuff that I talk about on Magic TV. Then you've got the stuff that I talk about and teach in the Netrix. Then you've got this community, and the community there on the Discord kind of brings all the other elements together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think that's important. And people will join the Netrix and then say, oh, look, the Discord is awesome. Like all vice versa, it will all go together. I will drop a few hints on some names that have agreed to come in and just talk. I mean, we got Bo Kramer. Everyone knows Bo from Murphy's. He's going to come in and just jam and talk. We have Andrew Niner. There's a few big ones I want to leave. I don't want to say. But another thing I didn't talk about, I forgot, was we're gonna do like some fun contest things too. There's like these online things. Maybe we'll do a magic contest. I don't know about all that. It depends if the community wants it. But there's these little things that you can go on and enter in your computer, and there's like contests where you can answer questions, and we can have like a fun time doing that. and maybe there'll be a prize for that. I don't know. I might find a prize for that.
You know
So
what? You and I need to talk about that sort of thing. But one thing
yeah,
that we could give away as a competition, which is probably going to be way better than a physical product, is, whoever wins the competition, they get to come on a video with me on Magic TV.
oh
And
yeah,
we'll do an interview like this, but about a particular subject. So,
yeah,
we'll pick a subject, whatever it may be,
that'd be
and
great.
we'll have a discussion about it. And the subject will maybe be linked in with the competition.
Yeah, and that because a lot of times I believe that all the best magic is hidden in bedrooms and game rooms, and what I mean by that is there's the guy there that has the best trick you've ever seen that no one's ever seen because he hasn't shared it. That's where I think all the best magic is. That's where I think it's all hidden, and you get to see some of that when you in some of these communities, and they get to share these things that are like will just blow your mind. Like, wait a second, what did I just see? So we'll have that there. So we get to see little things, and you get to share little things. And I understand it's a lot for somebody to get on a video, to hear their own voice. Like I know that's a lot, and it's nerve wracking, but as long as the place feels comfortable and safe, and I do my part, it's going to be easier for that person to do that. And I want that, I want people to feel that way so they can share things. Yeah, that's all with that.
Amazing. That's amazing. And you know what? I'm so happy and glad that you're on board with this, because honestly, and I mean this to the bottom of my heart, I can't think of anybody that could even come close to how much passion you have for magic, how much passion you have for creativity, how much passion you have for building a community, and how much passion that you have for the Netrix. And you take all of those individual elements and you put them together, and then you throw my team into the mix and you throw me into the mix. It could be unstoppable. It really could.
Yeah. Well, I could say about your team is people always ask Craig, like how do you have so much time in the day and all that? And he knows how to put his time, but the team he has is incredible. like literally, those guys rock. I've worked with them a couple times on things, and that's a shout out to the team if they're watching this. They're amazing. The team is amazing. They're like in the best in that field. They're the best at what they do, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they really are incredible. I'm very lucky to have them. They're both great, and that's what I mean. When you're building a community like this, you need that technical support. You need that support behind the scenes. So if something goes Pete Tong, there's somebody there, and Michael and Jack are, 24/7 almost. Making sure that everything works as it's meant to.
Yeah. Everyone on the Netrix Discord is going to be equal. That's what it's going to be like there. You're a gold member, you're going to be a silver member and a bronze member. You're a bronze member, you'll be a gold member. That's what it's going to be like, And maybe one of the prizes that we do is a one-on-one session with Craig for an hour, and let him look at your website or something,
Happy to do that. Happy to do that. I think that would be a great prize. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I know people personally done that that. They've said you've changed everything for them with that in that 1 hour. So it's valuable,
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to do that. And the Discord's not taking away from the stuff that we do on the silver level. That is still going to be there. The masterclasses are still going to be there. Some of the names that I've got for masterclasses moving forward are incredible. The VCs are still going to be there. All of that is still going to be in place. We're just adding to it. We're evolving, and that's what the Netrix was always meant to be. It was meant to evolve and grow as people wanted it to evolve and grow. And this is just the next phase of evolution, really.
Yeah. All the Netrix gold, silver, that's all going to be the same. And it's not. That's important. It's important to say that, actually.
This video is going up on Saturday. And the server, the Discord server We're aiming to launch it Monday or Tuesday next week. I believe that Michael is going to be sending emails out to all Netrix members that are subscribed right now, giving them information on how to actually get into the Discord server when it goes live. And then once it's live, everybody who signs up for the Netrix will automatically get an email that they just click on, and that will verify them and put them straight in the server for the Netrix server. And as long as they're a member, they will be given total free access to the whole of the Discord server.
Yeah, and if anyone has any problems like with Discord, they can reply to those emails, or ask, or can you want to reach out to me, or either way.
Or. I mean, we we have an admin team that answer any and all questions, but sometimes it can take them a little bit of time to get back to you. So if you want a more urgent reply and it's something to do with the Discord, Chris, help.
Yeah, just best place is Chris James Magic on Instagram. If you don't have Discord yet because you don't have it set up, just message me on there, and then I can help you out and get it. I don't want people to be overwhelmed with Discord, because I get that it can be like that for somebody new. But once you get used to it, it's really not. It's actually designed to be very well put together and simple, and that's what it's designed for. And it just doesn't look like it at first sometimes, because you see like a million things, but just give it a second, give it a couple, just a couple hours of messing around with it, and you'll start to see what it's all about. But we're gonna have a lot of fun in there. We're gonna have a lot of fun in there and do a lot of different things. And think about having a community that's at your fingertips whenever you need them. I mean, that's how it is. There's no off time, I mean, if you're annoyed by getting pinged all the time, you can turn off and mute it, mute the channel, but it's fun. I wouldn't want to do that. I like seeing what questions people have, and just to be a part of that.
Definitely. 100%. No, I'm really excited. So it's launching next week. So get excited. It's going to just give people even more value from their membership with the Netrix. And Chris, I couldn't be more excited that I'm doing this with you. Thank you so much, my friend. Your standing in the community just gets bigger and bigger. And like I said at the beginning of this little chat, you're blowing up this year. I'm privy to some of the stuff that you've got coming out, and which companies that you're working with. And the future is looking very bright for you, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I just want to, my thing is from the beginning, anyone who knows me, I try to help people as much as I can. I've had people help me. You've helped me. People have looked out for me. People have been my friend. And some people don't have that, and they're not lucky. But in this Discord, you'll get that. That's I know for sure. I want that. I want that community. I think that's important.
That's great. That's fantastic. Chris, thank you so much for jumping on with me. I really appreciate it. You're amazing. I can't wait to carry on pushing this forward and evolving and growing the Netrix. And this is the next step of evolution. And I'm so happy that I'm doing it with you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. So, guys, that's it. That's the big announcement. The Netrix is getting a Discord server, taking this to the next level. So if you are a Netrix member, look out for emails that are going to be dropping with you in the next day or so, probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. You follow the instructions on there. You're going to be able to get access to the Discord immediately. We're just testing stuff out in there, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And once it's launched, guys, if you sign up to the Netrix at any point, not only will you get access to everything, bronze level will get access to hundreds of tricks, the sleight schools, the theory. Not only will you get access at the silver level to all of that, plus all the VMCs, plus all the masterclasses, plus the virtual business coach, plus all of the business advice, plus all the marketing advice, plus all of that. You'll get all of that. But you're also going to get access to the Discord server, which is super exciting. And like I say, I love that idea. The competition is an hour one-to-one. I think that's great. I love that. So yeah, there's a lot happening. Chris is excited. I'm excited. I can't keep up with the stuff that him and Michael are doing. This is going to be huge. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Are you a Netrix member? Are you excited about this? Are you not a Netrix member? Do you want to become a Netrix member? Does having a Discord server make you want to become a Netrix member? What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget, later on this evening, I've got an interview. So go check that out on Sunday. There's a Q&A and a review show special. And then hopefully the Netrix Discord server will be dropping Monday or Tuesday next week. But Chris, dude, one more time, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, man. Awesome.
You rock. Guys, on behalf of Chris James and on behalf of the Netrix, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again. Remember, www.thenetrix.com. We'll see you again. Thanks for watching.